On the way to check on our bison right now. 2 of our bison had pink eye, so we have addressed the issue. Now we're going to check and see if the issue has been resolved, and also give them some sweet feed so they continue to get used to us. So let's go. While gathering everything we need to go check on the bison, we noticed that a bird laid a nest inside of one of the kids' helmets. And as usual, something always breaks, so in this case, four-wheeler wasn't starting for us either. Kids get tired of waiting, so they start looking for creatures around the farm to call their pets. Finally, we got everything ready to go, so we headed to feed the bison and check on their eyes. The reason we take sweet feed for a bison is really not for them to get full on it, but more like a treat. This way they get used to us, so when we do need to switch them from one pasture to another, they're easy to lead. They are smart. When they see us, they know exactly what is about to come. They know that they're about to get their treat, and they start running. I've had a bison for a year now, and as soon as we purchased them, we've learned that pink eye is a common occurrence among cattle or bison, so we purchased the cattle curtain. The cattle curtain is immersed in a special solution, and as the bison go through this cattle curtain, the solution get on top of them, which is supposed to keep the flies away and in return keep them from getting pink eye. However, it's not 100% effective, and we've learned that the hard way. That we had one bison got a pink eye about a month ago, and then 2 weeks later we had a second one, so we had to address the issue before it spread, because if it is not addressed, the bison can go blind. We have 2 feeding stations, so that way kind of spreads them out so they're not all crowded in one area trying to get their treat.
Yes or no? We're doing it right now. Chargers? What chargers? No, I don't want.
So this is where they get their water from. They're pushing the ball, and there's the water. Right now, bison are shedding their winter coats, so it's not uncommon to find clumps of their hair on the ground. So this is what they use to rub against to try to get that coat off. What are we doing? We lost the medicine dart, and now we have to find it, and it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Good luck finding it. But some of us didn't understand the instructions of what to do. So we have each territory where we're now looking for the dart still. And we're at it again. We're looking for the dart. I spy bison poop. We also wanted to stop and admire the blueberry bushes here. See if the blueberries are... Last year we had a lot of blueberries, so it looks like they're pretty loaded, and hopefully we'll have a lot of blueberries to collect as well. But look at this view, guys. So this piece of property belongs to my father-in-law. This is where our bison reside, and it's right around the corner from our property. While they were still looking at the bison, I left so I could have our lunch ready, and I also had a few projects that I needed to do around our property. Well, actually, one project I really wanted to get it done was to hang a picture I found at a trash dump a few weeks ago. I love all things vintage. They speak to my heart, and I feel like each item has a story to tell. As I look through our living room, all I see is a room full of treasures. For example, I found this sign in a trash dump just a few weeks ago. This basket came from a trash dump. This old Bible came from Goodwill outlet. It's beautiful. It has, I believe, somebody's name. Yes, 1980s. This table and this couch came from Facebook Marketplace. The frame around deer came from Goodwill Outlet. This couch I purchased for $20 at Habitat. I picked up the blanket from Goodwill Outlet. Shelf came from Goodwill. Both sets of candle holders also came as a set. I found it at Goodwill Outlet, and this picture came from Goodwill Outlet as well. So, from trash to treasures, and I love it. Oh, forgot this. And this beautiful lamp came from not Goodwill Outlet. It came from trash dump. I need to move the couch a little bit because it's kind of squished, but it's so beautiful. Somebody threw it away at a trash dump. I don't know, about a month or so ago. I picked it up and I think it looks pretty here. I left to go home and now I'm back on the property with some water. So the Bison property and the property where our home is just like a few minutes away, just around the corner. And one of the things that always happens is my husband calls me, because I ended up going home to cook, but one of the things that my husband always calls, like, bring this, bring that. So now I'm supposed to bring a lawnmower key and water for them. They're still out there messing with the bison and trying to check on them. So it never ends. I go back and forth, back and forth. My kids know that a way to my heart is through plants. So for Mother's Day, they got me a blackberry plant and a blueberry plant. Because we're military and having been home for 4 years on a property, a lot of our plants have died. So I have been in a mission now that we live so much closer to our house from the base where my husband is stationed, to plant as many blueberry, raspberry, any kind of fruit tree and any kind of fruit plant as I can. While my son cuts the grass, I needed to weed eat around my plants. Now usually my daughter weed eats, but when it comes to my plants, I'm very protective. I just like doing them myself so that way nobody whacks them by accident. So this is where I just weeded it right here. And the plan is, at first I had this cloth over, but it didn't do much. So now that their grass is short, I want to put another cover on, more wide, and that way we don't have to weed eat anymore in this area. And it will be covered with mulch, like this area, and then all this cardboard will be covered with mulch as well. We try to be very resourceful on the farm. I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kiddos. I also hustle on the side. I sell baked goods on Etsy. Have been doing it since 2019. And about 2 years ago, I started to resell items on Etsy that are vintage. My husband works hard and he's active duty military. We had chicken wire laying around our property, so decided to repurpose it and put it around the posts to see if I can use it to support my raspberry plants. Since kids gave me plants for Mother's Day, I wanted to put them on the ground as soon as possible. And so off to work I go. I find planting very therapeutic, and I just pray that all this effort will yield one day big harvest. So we own a home in Virginia, but we rent a house in North Carolina, so my husband is close to the base. So the house that we rent from has huge pine trees. So I filled bags of pine straw and decided to bring it back to the property and use it as a free mulch. One thing you will learn from me on this channel is that not only do I like to hustle, but I also love to save. So I always look for ways to save money, whether it is on food, whether it is on garden supplies. So I look forward to sharing all my tips and tricks with you all. It is after 7 and I am calling quits. I have a few projects I want to do tomorrow, and hopefully we'll start hauling free mulch, the pine needle from our rented house to North Carolina to here, and cover the yard so it all looks the same. Hopefully it'll look okay. Anyways, my heart is happy. Like, listen to the sound, isn't it beautiful? I want to take the trash out. Let's ride up to the trash dump with me and see if we can find anything good. I'm trying to see if there's anything good in here. That's a pretty cool door with a deer. I don't know if you can see it. I can zoom in. That'd be pretty cool to put it somewhere, even as like decoration hanging on the wall. But it's too far for me to grab it. Let's see what's here. And here it just looks like what it's supposed to look like. Just trash. Like and subscribe as I will share more about our homestead adventures.